Looking through some YouTube comments, Instagram DMs, and Instagram comments, we noticed that a lot of people comment on wondering what Burstimo does for artists, or even takes a guess at what we do for artists. And more often than not, it's not quite right. So I thought I'd create a quick video explaining exactly what we do for artists and how we promote them ourselves. So to explain this, I've got a very complicated diagram that I've drawn myself right here, which kind of explains the macro of what we do for artists. And what would happen is a label will come to us, or an independent artist, and we would start with the artist themselves and their general online presence. So by that I mean their branding, their messaging, their content that they put online. Is it going to be effective, and is it going to convert an audience? Because over here, this is where we do the awareness side. We raise awareness for that artist and we get them streams, we get them YouTube views, but it's absolutely pointless and a waste if you push people to there and the artist isn't able to convert all of these streams or views into a fan. So the first thing we do is this, and make sure everything is exactly right, looking good, making sure that when people hit that Instagram profile or hit that YouTube profile, they're going to see an artist they want to follow, fall in love with, and become a super fan of that artist. And on this side, it speaks for itself. We're using all kinds of marketing efforts in order to push traffic and potential fans to the artist. So I want to dig deeper about this side. This side I'm not going to mention again. You get it. You've watched our videos. You know what we do, what we suggest in order to convert people into fans. Let's dig a little bit deeper into this side of things. So this is a breakdown of everything we do. So not every artist will be suited for all of these things. But this pie chart, I wanted to display the probability of us actually doing it for an artist. So starting from, say, influencer marketing, it was very hot around 2 years ago, maybe even a year ago, but right now it's kind of fallen off. Instagram influencers aren't that credible. It's quite difficult to get anything going for Instagram for influencer marketing. However, it also got very expensive. The influencers were charging a lot of money and started to essentially realize their value from demand from big brands. Press. We don't do that much. There's not many people who are reading music blogs right now. So we'd only do a press campaign for an artist if the artist needed that overall online presence. So if they were touring, for example, or they had a support slot, then you would get press. So when people Googled your name, things come up in credible publications. But in terms of raising awareness, it's not really something we do that often. In fact, that maybe could have gone on to the other side of things and categorized as artist presence. Spotify editorial pitching, that is just making sure that your track gets in front of the right curators at Spotify. That can include Apple Music and Deezer as well. Social media ads, that is literally going out cold to an audience where they are going to potentially fall in love with your music. So that's like Instagram story ads, Instagram feed ads. We do a lot of TikTok now, and we're bringing that in. TikTok have been great. We're working alongside them to be able to get the best cost per click for artists and being able to convert people into fans. So also a good thing about TikTok ads is that the sound is on. So people have the sound on and they're ready to discover new music. So that's working really well for us. Now, this is the new one. This is the one that you guys won't be necessarily familiar with. It's not something we talk about in our videos because it's not something an independent artist on their own can do. But what it is data-led marketing, in that we collect a huge amount of data from audiences that are ready to discover new music and become super fans of artists. And therefore, it has been so effective, and most of the labels come to us for this side of things. Therefore, it makes up for the majority of the campaign and most of the results in terms of streams, in terms of fans, all come from this side. So let's go into that a little bit more. So going into the data-led marketing, you'll soon see why an independent artist can't do it, and also why a label themselves can't do it, because we have access to a huge amount of data and we collect the data. That is the demographics of potential fans, their tendencies, their interests, and most importantly, they are prepared to discover new artists and new music. They are literally music fans. So we collect all of the data and then it is stored. So that can be stored in the form of things that you will be familiar with, like Facebook pixels, TikTok pixels, and also just other places. So what happens is you've got the data, but if you use this data to push out to potential fans, you take the artist and push them out to potential fans completely cold, it will work, but it's not going to be necessarily effective. Anyone can do that, and it, like I said, it works, but you're not going to be able to know exactly what's going on, why people are converting. There's just so much competition now. How do you make it different? And how do you get people to become super fans? It's incredibly difficult. So what we do is we take the data and we package it in the form of digital assets. These are all music-based, social media-based digital assets. Now, what that can be is a YouTube channel, a Spotify playlist, an Instagram account, a TikTok account. All of it is used as a vehicle in order to get that data and those potential fans to discover the artist. So it presents the artist in a way where it is suitable for discovery, so discovering a new artist. So when all of these people are ready to discover new music, they'll go to these assets. They don't go to the artist, because who wants to listen to music and then listens to one new artist that they've never heard of? It doesn't work like that. You've got to package it in a way where it is in a place where they expect to find good music and at a time where they are ready to listen to music and discover a new artist and give it a shot. So that then we use those assets to get the artist discovered. So it goes from the artist, and this could be anything. The artist could do, it could be their music video, it could be a performance of their track, or it even could be a cover. It could even be an interview. If an artist wanted to do an interview and then present that interview to that audience, it could work. It's not something that we've ever done, but it's something you could do. We normally focus on music videos, performances, and covers, and then that is where the artist gets discovered. So I hope that explains this, and I hope that explains exactly what Burstimo does and how we generate streams for artists and get them discovered and convert them into fans. So we're not a company where we're just going to run bots through your Instagram account or through your streams, and then like you've just got a massive spike on your Spotify for artists for absolutely no reason other than a company decided to go out to cheaper countries and just run bots through it, and therefore it doesn't achieve anything. And that's why labels trust us as well, because they can see the data, they can see it working, they can actually, when you work with so many artists, you get to understand what real and fake looks like. So to one artist, you don't really know, it just looks like the numbers are going up. But when you've worked with hundreds of artists, you know what signs are there and how quick the growth should be from wherever the discoveries come from, whether it's streams, YouTube views, Instagram followers. So when something is not quite right, people have worked with a lot of artists, they know. So for an emerging artist, it's not going to be millions and millions of streams, but what it is going to be is thousands of good quality streams, which is going to help you break as an artist because you've got a fan base. And we all know that fan bases are how an artist breaks. Also, the fact that the fan base is growing, the fact that they have proven on Spotify that they have real fans engaging, going back to listen again, going to the profile, actually acting like a real Spotify user would. They go to the profile and they listen to other tracks. They go back and listen to it again. Spotify can detect that, and that's what they can use as signals in order for their own editorial playlist. So we found it being incredibly useful for getting onto those big major Spotify playlists as well. So yeah, hope that's been useful for you, and I hope it explains what Burstimo does and gives you context for when we are doing podcasts and we talk about what we do and what that conversation even is when we're not doing the podcast and we're talking with the person from the label. It is about this, and it's about what we do, and that is what we're referring to. So all of our experience from our videos as well, when we put them onto YouTube, all of that experience and knowledge comes from just doing this on a daily basis and really understanding what's working and what's not working. And that's how we have been able to define our service over the years. So hope you found this video useful. Hope it explains a lot of things, and I'll see you in the next video.